Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Rob from Riverside Down. As some of you know, we will be doing the Cape Ultra 3-day stage race coming up at the end of Feb. And leading up to that race, we wanted to chat to people who are at the best in their fields, and get some input in what a normal person like ourselves, a weekend warrior, Melissa and I, would have to look out for with these sort of stage races. So Rob being the first person, we want to speak to a coach, we want to speak to a nutritionist, we want to speak to someone who's had experience in doing these kind of races, and we want to bring these to you so you can get an understanding about where to go and how to do your first stage race. So Rob, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Rob and I, actually Melissa as well, took a bit of a ride this morning just to have a look at some of the features at Bloemendal, which is where we are at the moment. And he gave us some pointers, and that's exactly what we want to chat to you guys about. Rob, just from a stage race, you've obviously coached a few people now before their stage races.
Yeah.
What are some of the key things to look out for from a coaching point of view in these kind of races?
For me, I'm always focused on the fundamentals. It doesn't matter what level the rider's at. It's always really fundamentals rooted, and there are skills that you need for features, but they all come from the fundamentals. And if the fundamentals are in place, then you almost put yourself in a position where you can almost figure out the features from the fundamental skills. Yeah. So at every level, I'm always making sure the fundamentals are in place as we keep challenging the rider. Okay. And so those go a long way to stage races because they also help you save energy, feel safer on the bike, enjoy the riding more. So, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we've got fundamentals down. Other than fundamentals, cornering, drops, what are some of the things we need to look out for when we do these kind of events?
Usually always corners. Corners are part of every mountain bike ride, whether it's a gravel ride or a ride with single track. Corners are definitely part of it. There's obviously berms, and then there's flat turns. Farm road turns are sometimes the hardest turns to get right because they're so slippery.
I saw you posted a video the other day of some of the kids doing the flat turns. How fast you can do flat turns.
Exactly, yeah. So we had a lot of fun because there's a little more risk to flat turns. There's no berm to keep you stuck to the ground. And so it's easier to get the tires to slide, and for some kids it's a little more fun.
Okay, amazing. Yeah. So our first Wine to Wales event, I got stuck behind a couple of riders who are obviously new to single track.
Yes.
And obviously downhill berms and those kind of things. People can come to you and have a chat to you around those things.
Absolutely.
You start them with the fundamentals.
Absolutely.
Body position, those kind of things, and then you work your way up. You just want to tell us a little bit about the process so that people, when you go to Rob, you know what to expect.
So when I book a lesson with a new client, usually they say they want to feel a little more confident on the bike, or they want to feel better on rock gardens. And so we do a lesson where we spend 2 hours in the car park and go through the fundamentals, go through things like balancing on your feet, looking ahead, using your brakes properly so that you're confident on both your brakes. And then usually there's a lot that you can learn from those fundamentals. I very seldom have clients come into those fundamentals and say, I didn't learn a thing. It's usually
we've learned loads from the fundamentals. We've been with Rob as well, and he's got us to where we are today. So
And then after that lesson, we'll go, okay, we've got the fundamentals dialed. Now let's take those fundamentals and try them out on something out on the trails.
Okay.
Corners, rock rolls.
I did a pallet jump this morning. Rob kind of guided me over it, and same thing, fundamentals.
The fundamentals were in place, and so that because we've had those fundamental lessons in the past, I had the confidence to say, I believe you have the skill to do that gap jump, so let's go.
Amazing. So coming up, there are still 3 entries left for the Cape Ultra. We'll put the details down below. I'm also going to put Rob's details down below and on the screen possibly, and a couple of other places. So I'm going to put his contact number, I'm going to put the website, the Instagram so you can see a little behind the scenes of what it's all about. And then if you go have a look at our YouTube channel, you'll see some videos of Rob and Melissa doing some coaching so you get an understanding of what to expect. And yeah, we're super excited to have you part of the journey.
Thank you so
please
much.
give him a follow and yeah, head out if you want one of the best coaches and some of the best lessons. Rob's your man. So
thank you very much.
We'll see you out there. I think the next one coming up, we're doing a bike fit with Irma to make sure that everything is spot on for us through the 3 days of the event. So keep an eye out for that. We're doing that next week. And yeah, we're excited to continue the journey. Thank
Awesome.
you, Rob, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
see you guys soon. Cheers.
Cheers.